Today, I want to talk about accomplice liability. And I want to do that because of a case we talked about earlier today, Alicia Andrews' case, the case in Florida, and because I can use it sort of as an example. This is part of the charging decision. When the police decide and the prosecutors get together and they decide who are they going to charge, how broad of a net are they going to cast. And if you look at Alicia's case, she didn't do the actual murder, but yet she's sitting there charged. So I want to talk and let's see if I can, in a minute or less, sort of explain some of the most complex legal concepts that we learn in law school. So I'm going to do my best. So if you're charged with conspiracy or you're charged with complicity, basically you're being charged for doing something someone else did. Every state has it, but you didn't do it. You're being charged for something that someone else did. The law treats, and a lot of people don't understand this, a lot of clients don't understand this when I tell them, if you were an accomplice, the law treats you the same as it does if you committed the crime. It doesn't require that you agree ahead of time to commit a crime. It doesn't require anything like that. All it requires is that you helped. You did that in words, you did that in acts, you did that in encouragement. And so that's what we saw here with Alicia Andrews. Also, conspiracy. So you can be charged as an accomplice, party to a crime. There's different terms for that, but you can also be charged under conspiracy, which is what she's charged with. What is that? That requires an agreement between two people to commit a crime. That's it. That and an overt act. But the overt act just has to be in furtherance of whatever you already agreed to. So the agreement itself is actually the unlawful act. So the next thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about felony murder. And I'm going to tie all this together with Alicia Andrews. So felony murder, that is when someone else actually when you commit a different crime than the one you're actually charged with, but a murder happens. So let's say that you're stalking someone, okay? So in the case of Alicia Andrews, you're trying to stalk someone, and in the process of stalking them, they die. You can be charged with felony murder, which carries the same penalty as malice murder. So let's put it all together with Alicia. So she's charged as an accomplice because she aided and abetted in their theory. She was there. She was the lookout. She was looking around. She was helping track. Okay. So aided and abetted this stalking crime. Okay. So we've got that. Then we've got the conspiracy because she agreed with her boyfriend to do that. And then we've got the felony murder because during the stalking, this murder actually happened. So you've got someone who didn't shoot. You've got someone who didn't agree to shoot. You've got someone who didn't actually even conspire to shoot, but yet they can be charged with felony murder. And they actually could get the death penalty. Would they? Probably not, because they don't have all those aggravators. But could they? Yes. And she is facing a life sentence. So I don't like those crimes. So I just wanted to give a little rant about it and give a little bit of information about how those crimes are, because people don't understand it. They don't know how you can be charged if you didn't actually commit the murder.